And now a highlight from Animal Radio on iHeartRadio.
I'm on my second cup of coffee. It came in a little dragon this morning. That's because I went out to the movies last night and saw a brand new movie you got to check out. It's called Show Dogs.
Oh, it sounds like it's right up my alley.
Well, of course. It has Will Arnett in it. It has Shaq. It has Stanley Tucci. And it has our next guest, Natasha Lyonne, who's joining us right now. Hi, Natasha. How are you doing?
Hi, how's it going?
Splendid. Splitting atoms over here. Where are you? Set the scene.
I'm driving around the empty streets of Los Angeles, which is a rare occurrence, especially for a New Yorker.
I'm so glad to have you on. This movie is incredible. Now, are you a pet owner?
Absolutely, and thank you so much for having me. I am a single mother. I do have a boyfriend, but I think of myself as root beer is my full-time job, and she's also, my ex-boyfriend is her father. So there's like a lot of, we spend full time doing nothing but organizing Root Beer's routines, how she's doing.
So he gets to see Root Beer. He has custody of Root Beer also, or visiting.
And Andrew, recently had, a baby. But so, we're all like a very modern family with Fred, my current boyfriend, and Root Beer and the baby. So it's very integrated and obsessive, like only a true obsessive pet mother could be. Like the world revolves around Root Beer, quite clearly.
I'm guessing Root Beer is Root Beer in color. What kind of dog?
You're right. She's a Multipoo.
A Multipoo.
But I sometimes like to scare strangers and be like, I have a Rottweiler, just so that they, and then show up with Root Beer.
I love it.
Seems too easy.
So it sounds like you spoil Root Beer a lot. I assume Root Beer gets to sleep in bed with you, right?
Oh, of course. Come on. I mean, I would describe myself as a very bad parent with rules. I would go as far as to say sometimes Root Beer sleeps on my face, which I've read articles about, and there's no way that she does not think she's the boss. It's, but here's the thing, she comes from a broken home, and she's doing her best. Does she always pee outside? No, absolutely not. I would love to find out from you guys how to make her more of an outdoor peer. That would be super helpful.
Well, now, how old is she now?
Too old. You know what I mean? Too old to change. But she's 4. Doesn't look a day over 2 months, I would say. Not even a day over 2 months. She's so gorgeous she can get away with anything.
You need the Brilliant Pad, the indoor dog potty. That'll work for you.
I don't know. It's an older dog. I mean, I think she just needs to rip up the carpets and go right to the concrete and just let the dog go.
Have its way.
Or you can move your bed outside and have it out in the grassy areas.
Okay, you know what I love? You guys are really all about solutions. And I appreciate that out of the box thinking I will be moving the bed outside in New York City.
I want you to, in New York City, she says, I want you to know all this advice is free, and we appreciate giving it to you. So just take these tips as we dole them out, okay?
Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about the movie, because your PR people said, we got to talk about the movie. We got to talk about the movie. I saw it last night. Splendid. I love it. And you know what? I don't know what the age demographic is supposed to be for it, but I'm in my upper 50s, and I just love it.
I am with you. I love this movie so much. I had so much fun watching it, and I wish I was only in this movie forever. I really, there's so much joy in this movie. I love dogs so much. I think it's shocking. Speaking as someone who really came up in the 80s, I am fully blown away that they have figured out how to make dogs talk. I am forever impressed.
Wait, they weren't really talking, huh?
Listen, I don't know what goes on, okay? I try to stay as oblivious as possible at all times. But, I mean, it's also just like the people in this movie. First, I love Will Arnett, Ludacris, Stanley Tucci, RuPaul is in there,
Ooh.
Shaquille O'Neal. It's just a very satisfying bunch of people. And the dogs are amazing, and it's such a great fun. I had so much fun going to the premiere of this movie, and I just felt like it's what entertainment should be. This movie, which is just genuinely makes everybody feel good and happy.
Is it harder working with animal actors? I mean, there was one saying, I forgot who said that, but that working with children and animals is pretty tough.
That's a famous quote. It actually came up at our press junket, during which some of the children, it was more of a, and some of the children had a great question for Will Arnett. They said, "Is anyone famous in the movie?" And it was very thrilling to watch him experience that roast. But no, I personally would prefer if everybody I worked with was only dogs. I would change the quote and say only work with dogs and only work with animals and never real people. You know what I mean? I really think that would be fine by me. Here's the thing. If you really think about it, dogs are naturals. You know what I mean? Like if an actor's whole job, it's Meryl Streep, what she wants to do is to really communicate the human experience, the human condition, what it's like being a person, and she's so brilliant at it. But a dog does all that very naturally. You know what I mean? They don't even have to work for it. They're always method acting because they're like, I'm already a dog.
Yeah, and no egos.
I think that no egos. It's opposite. All they want to do is make you happy. They're really the best. They had much better catering than we did on the film. And they got much more coverage and close-ups and direction than we did, but I was fine with all of it. I was like, you know what? They deserve it. They're dogs.
Absolutely. Go out, check out the movie. It's called Show Dogs in your local theater with Will Arnett and Ludacris and Shaquille O'Neal, Stanley Tucci, and, of course, our guest, Natasha Lyonne, right now. Natasha, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for all that great advice. I really appreciate it.
You're listening to Animal Radio. Visit us at animalradio.com or download the Animal Radio app for iPhone and Android.